Sometimes what can happen is, oh, then what's the point of anything? And that's known as nihilistic philosophy. If there is nothing, if everything is impermanent, then why bother with anything? That's a nihilistic way of living. That's not a healthy way of also functioning. When you understand this, the worries you will go on that side, right? क्या करना है फिर? कुछ भी तो मैटर नहीं करता है, सभी प्ले है तो फिर why play by any rules? Then how do we live? By what principle? This is the truth. We have not believed anything that we don't see. So far, there's been no leap of faith. It's the experience, right? There's no leap of faith that you have taken. You're not believing me, or we are not believing Buddha. We are actually seeing that yes, thoughts come and go. Yes, things are impermanent. Yes, emotions are not me. I am watching them. So, what is I? So, nothing is a leap of faith so far. So, now how do we live? So, what I found very interesting is from yoga philosophy. So that's why this course is a mix of so many philosophies. A very good way of functioning. Considering that this is the situation, what what rules or what methods will help us make decisions which are, let's say, healthy in nature? So in yoga, there is this concept known as bhavas or bhav, okay, attitudes with which to live. Yeah. And these are the names of the attitudes. Dharma bhav. Okay. What is dharma bhav? The whole Gita is based on dharma bhav. What is dharma bhav? Do your job. Do your duty. Now, do your duty or do your job means what? Do what you feel is right for you, is the right thing for you to do. As a contribution to the universe, whatever is the right thing for you, the universe has molded you in a certain way, given you certain causes and conditions. Don't own it. This is my job. I have to do it a certain way. No, it's given to me to do. Let me perform it to the best of my ability. That's dharma bhav. Without any, I mean, the whole karma nivadikara says that, no, without any expectation, without any fruit, expectation of fruit. So the idea is that you do your job. How have you happened to come upon this time? And when I say job, I don't mean job. I mean whatever is given to you, the role that's given to you. Not knowing sometimes could be the role that is given to you for some time in life. You don't know. It's okay to not know. Most of the time, we are wondering whether I should do this or that, this way or that, because we are so fearful of making wrong choices. We are so fearful of not doing the right things, of not forgiving ourselves if we do the wrong things. See, all this can go away now with our understanding of the context. All this is not making sense. All this is an egoistic thought. So, what do? You do what you're supposed to do. Sometimes, now let's say somebody, you're a boss, somebody is not performing correctly. It is your job as a boss to tell them off. It is not that you have to sit quietly and be nice. It is your job to say, hey, you have to do this properly, you're not doing this properly. But it's playing the game without falling for the fact that that's the truth. You understand? It's your job to do it, but to know that this is a play. Outside this play, this person is caught up by his causes and conditions, will and will not do the job properly, will and will not come on time, and so on. But it is also your job to say what you have to say, and that person's destiny to listen to this. It's a part of that person's process to listen to you. Is this making some sense? This is dharma bhav. Working without ego. All these bhavas, there is no ego. There is a sense of, now that I am not engaged and caught up with all of these ideas, with a free mind, I think of what is right. And sometimes what I do right might hurt others also. And sometimes what I do and take a call on might disturb some people also. But if this is the right thing to do, it's my dharma to do, I have to do it. You understand? And this is why Buddha left his wife and a 1-year-old child and went. And a lot of people cannot understand. A lot of people say, oh, he must be so selfish to do that. But at some point, if it's your dharma to do something, you have to do it. That's it. If it's the right thing to do. And this is how Buddha explains right action. One of the eightfold is right speech, right action, right view, right effort, right mindfulness. These are the eightfold path. Right action. Right action is action which is without ego, based on what is given to you, your causes and conditions, the next step you take. Okay. Dharma Bhav does not have any interest in what's going to happen out of this action beyond a point. Because it has interest in this seems to be the next thing to do. Where this is going to lead me 5 years down is not its concern. Right now I am in a job. My job is to do it with full energy, with full focus. I'll do it, that's it. Whether the job is going to be the right job later, that's all not important at this point. If you have questions about you're doing the right thing or not, wait till the answers come for some time, the answers will come. Then do what is required then. But not operating out of fear. So these are just guiding principles that can help us in living. Yeah. Jnana bhav is right understanding, right knowledge, right understanding, what we are doing, understanding things in a right fashion, living with the right understanding, living with the jnana bhav, same, gyan, knowing, knowledge, right understanding, right knowledge, not just knowledge, not just information, but right knowledge, right understanding of things. So this is right understanding, no? I am able to watch my thoughts, the thoughts are not me. All this is right understanding. So working with that. Then Vairagya Bhav, letting go, detachment, or rather non-attachment. Detachment is I have to not be attached to this. That is another problem, no? I'm very attached to my child. Oh my God, I must not attach to my child. When I recognize my child is going to go through this impermanent, of course I love my child. There's no lack of love. But the knowledge that this is changing doesn't let me hold too hard. That's all. That's non-attachment. So I have my car. Do I enjoy it? Of course I enjoy my car with the knowledge that it is prone to break down. I enjoy my job. And that's why that's why monks are happy. Because not because they're detached and they don't care. They really care. But they recognize that things are shifting. And there is no catching on. That is why they are happy. Because they worked on this idea. Right? So there is no detachment, there is no coldness, there is no aloofness in non attachment. It is a loving, compassionate, gentle holding, but with the recognition that this is the nature of things. That's it. Right? So, Vairagya Bhav is non attachment, letting go. Okay? Instead of holding, letting go. When things we are holding, letting go. So, living with more letting go. Aishwarya Bhav, very important according to me. Living with a certain degree of, you know what Aishwarya means? Aishwarya is pride. But this is not an egoistic pride. This is the pride that the universe created me for a reason, exactly as I am. Right? Why wouldn't I be happy with who I am? Why would I be unhappy? I mean, what does it even mean to be unhappy with who I am? The universe seems to find me perfect. That's why it created me like this. Isn't it? So I'm fully glad with what I am. So I do my job with joy, with Aishwarya. The pride is not egoistic. It's not, oh, I am very good. Because with that will come, oh, I am not good enough. That's just two sides of the same coin. I am. And I'm existing because exactly in the space the universe wants me to exist. So I can beautifully exist like this. There's no problem. I can be extremely joyful with myself. So Aishwarya Bhav is that, that sense of joy and happiness in doing what you're doing, a sense of pride in doing what you're doing. And it's very interesting, how yoga asanas are molded around the bhavas. Like the forward bends are in order to inculcate Vairagya Bhav, and the backward bends are to inculcate Aishwarya Bhav. Very interesting how the yoga, even asanas and pranayamas, are helpful in inculcating the deeper philosophies. Very nice. It's so beautiful a system. If you really study it, it's such a beautiful system. And it is still just one path. There is another path, and then there is another path, and then there is another path to understand the same thing. There is no one path. So these help, I feel, in kind of living with a certain understanding. But then when you're playing in the world, you play with these bhavas, these attitudes. These attitudes help. So then the questions don't come, should I shout at someone or I shouldn't? If it's the right thing to do, of course you should. Those questions don't come. If you can do it with compassion in the larger framework and the action in the smaller framework, of course you should. You know, this question you were asking, whether you should confront or you shouldn't confront, I think some time back you were asking that question, some sessions back. Do you remember? You were asking a question about when the person is constantly coming up and doing the same things over and over. Should you confront or should you not? You were asking that question. So these are actually answers, even deeper answers to that question. If confronting seems like the right thing to do, of course you must confront. If it's the dharma, yes. If letting go is the right thing, yes. But all in the framework of I'm just the watcher, my ego is not involved, and that person is caught up with their ego, therefore they are behaving like this. With this right understanding, with this right jnana, you can do whatever is required. So actions don't matter, motivations matter.